Such a beautiful day for a yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Nicole and this is the Yoga Loft. Welcome. Today's practice will be a foundations class. This class is really suitable for all levels. I teach it exactly the way I teach it in my normal class at the loft. As always, listen to your body. And if something is painful, then it means that you've gone a little bit too far, and it means you need to listen more to what's going on inside. So come into a nice, comfortable, seated position. And just begin to relax your body, relax your mind, and begin to notice how you're feeling in this very present moment. Take a deep breath, fill up your body with breath, with life. And then take a deep breath out through the nose or the mouth. And as you continue to breathe deeply, begin to relax the muscles in your face. Relax your eyes, your forehead. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. See if you can even relax your tongue a little. Notice how your body and your mind react to sitting still and just breathing. If you find that you've been having confrontational thoughts in your mind, or if you've been struggling to sit in silence, it usually means that's exactly what you need to do. So this is a perfect opportunity to relax, to reset your mind, and to see what's happening inside of you. Yoga is a wonderful way to see what's happening inside. On your next inhale, slowly roll your shoulders up and back and down a few times, taking deep breaths as you move. And throughout the practice today, see if you can stay present in the moment, stay present on your mat. Stay present with whatever's going on in your mind today. Just notice. Bring your shoulders back to center and just gently tip ear to shoulder slowly back and forth a few times. Of course, you can pause in any way or any place that feels good for you. Bring your head back to center. On your next inhale, look up. If your neck is bugging you, just look up strongly with your eyes. Otherwise, lift up through the chin. You can even jut your chin up to the ceiling, giving yourself a little underbite to stretch the muscles in the front of your neck. Exhale, bring your chin to center and then lower the chin to the chest. When you get there, allow your head to hang heavy for a moment. Inhale, look up. Give yourself that underbite if that felt good for you. Exhale, chin to the chest. And then keeping your chin low on your chest, roll your right ear halfway to your right shoulder. Just halfway. And then bring the chin back to center and take your left ear halfway to your left shoulder. Continue with these micro half neck rolls, just noticing all those tiny muscles. And if you feel ready, you can start to expand the movement, bringing the ear all the way over to the shoulder and back again. Take deep breaths as you move. Coincide your breath with the movements. Now, if you love full neck rolls, you're more than welcome to move into full neck rolls. If you are doing full neck rolls, do a few in the other direction. Nice deep breaths as you move. And the next time your chin comes to your chest, allow it to hang heavy here for a moment. Once again, stretching out the muscles in the back of your neck. If you feel you could use a little more, you can take your hands to the back of your head. You're not pulling, you're just resting the weight of your hands. One more deep breath into your back. Release your hands if you're holding and gently bring your head back up to center. Nice. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. And then bring your hands onto your shoulders and start to make big circles with your elbows. Nice deep breaths as you move. If you happen to yawn here, that's okay. Yawning is a great sign of release. And the next time your elbows come to the sides, leave them here at shoulder height, and then bring your hands into fists, squeeze your arms a little bit, and then inhale, raise your arms up overhead, arms in a V, palms face forward, spread your fingers as wide as you can, and then make your hands into fists again, bring your arms into 90 degrees and flex your muscles when you get there. Get silly with me here for a moment. Which way is it to the beach? Which way is it to the gym? Flex your muscles a little bit more, and then exhale, release your hands onto your knees. Nice. Pause here for a moment, just notice how your arms, neck, and shoulders feel. Hold on to your knees. Inhale, press your belly forward, reach up through your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. You can look up if you like. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. If you want to, you can grab the knees and lean back. Move a few more times through a seated cat-cow. Turn on the music because I forgot. Lovely. The next time you come into a round spine, pause. Take one more deep breath through a round spine. And gently bring yourself back to center. Interlace your fingers, press your palms down toward the floor in front of your feet, and then raise your arms out in front at shoulder height. Press through the heels of your hands, reach. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. One more deep breath, reach up tall. Exhale, slowly press your hands towards the floor, moving slowly. And you can rotate your wrists or make figure eights with your wrists. Figure eights are also known as an infinity symbol, and it's actually a really great way to reset your energy is by drawing figure eights. So if you're feeling a little unbalanced lately, if you're feeling out of alignment, just draw some figure eights. You can even draw eights on a piece of paper if that feels nice. Come back to center. And just pause here. begin to notice any changes in your body or mind. Take one more deep breath. Exhale through your mouth. Keeping your hands on your knees, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Look over your right shoulder, start to open your chest to the right as well. You can move this right hand behind you if you like. Inhale, come back to center, exhale, other side. Just a nice gentle twist to warm up a bit. With twists, you want to make sure to reach up as tall as you can through the spine. Do one more on each side. And then make your way back to center. If you're sitting up on anything, you can move it off to the side. And then swing your feet out to one side and come on up to tabletop. From here, tuck your toes under. Press back through your heels. Lean back toward your heels a little bit. Pressing back through the heels. Stretching into the toes. On your next inhale, come to tabletop. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, chest forward, look forward or up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. You can lean back here a little if you like. Continue to move through a rocking cat-cow. And if it's bothering your toes to have them tucked like this, you can always untuck your toes. And gently bring yourself back to tabletop. Untuck your toes. Sit back toward your heels and come into child's pose. Often the first child's pose of the day doesn't feel that great. So just take a moment to perhaps shift from right to left a little bit, or to come in or out of the pose. Play around with bringing knees closer together, or separating the knees wider. Make sure that you can rest your head completely on the floor. If you need to, you can stack your fists or your hands and place your head on your hands. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently make your way back up to tabletop. Excuse me. Step your right foot back behind you, tuck your toes, press back through the heel, lean into this to stretch out the back of your leg. And then exhale, release your knee to the floor. Inhale your left foot back behind you, tuck your toes, press back through the heel, lean into it. And then lower your knee to the floor. Inhale your right foot back behind you, tuck the toes, press back through the heel again, and then raise your leg up behind you. Squeeze your leg, flex your foot, press back through the heel, belly button to spine. If you want more, raise the left arm out in front. And then bend your right knee. Flex your foot, press up through the heel. One more deep breath. Exhale, release your hands, release your knee. Inhale your left foot back behind, tuck toes, press back through the heel. Raise the leg up behind you, parallel with the floor. Flex your foot, press back through the heel, belly button to spine, strong on your arms. If you want a little bit more, raise your right hand out in front of you. Bend your left knee, flex the foot, press up through the heel, squeeze your leg. Exhale, release your hand, release your knee. And lean your hips right and left a few times. If you find that the floor feels very firm under your knees and you're not enjoying that, make sure to take the time to bring in a folded blanket or another mat. That's the great thing about a video, you can just pause it. Or you can fast forward it to the parts you like better. From here, sit back to child's pose once again. Notice how it feels different, or if it feels different. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, come back up to tabletop. On your next inhale, raise your right arm out in front. Keep looking down at the floor for now. Take your left leg out back behind you. Exhale, release. Inhale your right leg behind you, left arm in front. Exhale, release. One more time each side, deep breath. Come back to center. Sit your hips slightly back toward your heels and then lean over to one side, draw them slightly forward. And then circle around back behind you and to the other side. Big half circles behind you with your hips. And gently bring yourself back to center. Lower your forearms to the floor and come all the way onto your belly. Bring your elbows directly under your shoulders so that you're propped up like this. Bring your big toes together and squeeze your legs a bit. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Forearms are parallel. Spread your fingers wide. You can look straight down between your thumbs if you like. Or you can squeeze your legs and start to reach long through the front of your belly. Reach forward through your chest, and you may find the urge to look further out in front along the floor, or you can look straight ahead. The trick is to start reaching long through the crown of your head, but keep squeezing your legs. One more deep breath. Exhale, release. Make a pillow with your hands, elbows to the sides. Look to one side, or you can put your forehead down. And then separate your feet as wide as your mat. And if it feels okay, you can point your toes to the outsides. Take deep breaths into your lower back to release the lower back in alligator pose. One more deep breath. And then bring your feet back together. Big toes touching. Lift your head up off of your hands. Bring your elbows back under your shoulders. Squeeze your legs. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Start to look forward or straight ahead. Reach forward through your chest. Reach up through the crown of your head. Squeeze your legs. If you want more in the pose, you can press into your hands and start to lift the elbows. Watch your lower back. If you want even more, if you feel really flexible, you can walk your hands in a little bit closer. One more deep breath. Keep reaching long through the crown of your head. Exhale, release. Come back to alligator. Make a pillow with your hands, elbows to the sides. Turn your head to one side or rest your forehead. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Point the toes out if you like. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your feet back together. Lift your head up off of your hands, hands beside your chest. Press back to your knees. Tuck your toes and lift your hips for downward facing dog. Feel free to walk out your dog a few times in the pose. Or you can wag the tail, pointing the bent knee across to the opposite side, giving your hips a bit of a twist. And then bring your hips back to center and pause in the pose. Relax your head as heavy as you can. Spread your fingers wide. Reach back through the arms, reaching long through your triceps, your armpits, and every single rib. You can bend your knees if you need to get more length in your spine. On your next inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, release. And you can step, walk, or hop your feet to your hands and stay low for forward fold. Feel free to take any variation here that you like. If you'd like to, grab onto the backs of your legs, your big toes, your elbows, or your shoulders. Feel free to sway from side to side. Take one more deep breath into your back. Exhale, release your hands, and on your inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, you can slowly roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Take your time. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Take some deep breaths and come into mountain pose. And close your eyes or softly gaze at the floor and just begin to notice how you're feeling. Bring your chin parallel with the floor. Take one more deep inhale and exhale through your mouth. And separate your feet about as wide as your mat and bend the knees a little bit. Toes can be pointing slightly out to the sides. And just begin to slowly turn your torso right and left. Allow your arms to swing. Let go of your arms as much as you can. You can take cleansing breaths as you move here, and you can move as much or as little as you like. I like to go quite quickly in the pose, but try to keep your head level with the floor. Imagine that any tension or stress that's built up in your neck, your shoulders, or your arms, that it's flying out of your arms, out of your fingertips, and off to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. We'll take 2 more deep cleansing breaths here. And slowly make your way back to center. Come back to mountain pose, feet directly under your hips, insides of your feet parallel to one another. Relax your buttocks. Roll your shoulders back and down and face your palms forward. Bring your chin parallel with the floor. And see if you can breathe into the higher part of yourself. On your next inhale, raise your arms out to the side, up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, point your index fingers to the sky, and then step your feet together. Reach up as tall as you can, and then reach up longer through your left side and start to point your fingers over to the right. You can come as far as you'd like to come in this side bend. See if you can bring a little more weight into your left leg. One more deep breath into your left side. Inhale, come back to center. Reach up as tall as you can. Reach up longer through your right side and start to point your fingers to the left. One more deep breath into your right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, slowly release your hands to your sides. And you can roll your shoulders back and down a few times, step your feet back under your hips. All right, step up to the top side of your mat. Inhale, raise your arms out to the side, up to the sky. Prayer fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you want to in the pose. Take any variation that feels good for you now. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your right foot all the way back. Press back through your heels, squeeze your leg, and then lower your knee to the floor. Press your hands into your thigh. Raise your right hand up to the sky. Reach as tall as you possibly can. And then exhale, release your hand to the floor. Step your left foot back to plank or half plank. Squeeze your legs. Reach out through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down slow, elbows in with control. Come into cobra or into sphinx pose. Exhale, release. Come into child's pose or downward facing dog. If you haven't taken my class before, if you take downward dog, you're just holding it for longer. If you're in child's pose, make your way to downward facing dog. Feel free to walk out your dog a few paces if you like. On your next inhale, if you're comfortable with it, raise your right leg up behind you and then step your right foot through to your hands. Press back through the left heel, squeeze the leg, and then lower the left knee. Press your hands into your thigh, shoulders over your hips. Raise your left hand up to the sky. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Tuck your toes. Step to forward fold. If you're comfortable with it, you can interlace your fingers behind your lower back and raise your hands up to the sky. One more deep breath. Exhale, release your hands if you're holding, and slowly roll up with your breath. Nice. Roll your shoulders back and down, or take a few neck stretches if you like. a nice deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky, reach up tall. Prayer, fold forward. You can shake your head gently, yes or no. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your left foot all the way back. Press back through your heels, squeeze your leg. You can lower the knee or you can keep it raised for strong practice. Raise both of your hands up to the sky, palms face one another in line with your shoulders. Keep your fingers pressing together and then reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step to plank or half plank. Squeeze your legs, belly button to spine, reach to the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down slow. Come into cobra or into sphinx pose. Exhale, release. Child's pose or downward dog. If you're in child's pose, make your way to downward facing dog. Once again, feel free to walk out the pose if you like. If you like the challenge, raise your left leg up behind you, parallel with the floor. Press into your right leg and step your left foot through to your hands. Again, if it only comes halfway, this leg, lower your right knee, grab onto the foot with your hand and step it forward. No big deal. Inhale, raise your hands up to the sky, palms face one another. Reach up as tall as you can. Exhale, sink a little deeper into your hips, lower your hands to the floor, and step to forward fold. Take any variation that feels good here for you. Grab onto your big toes or the backs of your legs. Reach up through the backs of your legs. Relax your upper body. One more deep breath. Gently roll up with your breath. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a few cleansing breaths. Interlace your fingers behind your head, cradling the back of your head with your hands. Start to squeeze your arms and reach your elbows back behind you, so out to the sides, back behind you. Can reach up through the chest if it feels good. Just watch your neck. Try not to bring too much tension into the neck. One more deep breath. Relax the muscles in your neck, relax your shoulders, and then release your hands to your sides. Alternate rolling your shoulders back and down a few times. Step back up to the top side of your mat. Inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Prayer, fold forward. On your inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Step your right foot all the way back. Your knee can be down or up, totally up to you. Raise your hands to the sky, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers to the sky, Kali Mudra. Squeeze your right buttock and hip. Squeeze the whole leg. One more deep breath. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step to plank or half plank. Squeeze your legs, belly button to spine. One more deep breath. Come down slow, elbows in with control. Come into Cobra or Sphinx pose, or Seal pose if you like. Exhale, release. Child's pose or downward dog. If you're in child's pose, make your way to downward facing dog. If you like the challenge, raise your right leg up behind you. You can start to open the hip up to the side if you like by bending the right knee, heel toward the bum. Open your hip to the right, look under your right armpit. Square off your hips, step your right foot through to your hands. Back knee can be down or up. Inhale, raise your hands, interlace the fingers, Kali Mudra. Shoulders over the hips, keep drawing your left hip forward and squeeze the left buttock, belly button to spine. One more deep breath. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step to forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees, straighten them out once or twice if that feels good. On your next inhale, halfway up, nice deep breath. Bend your knees, reach your hands forward, coming into chair pose. Take a nice deep breath, reach forward, reach your hips back behind you, and then inhale, come up to standing. Release your hands by your sides. Pause in mountain pose for a few moments. One more deep breath. Inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Prayer fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale your left foot all the way back. Your knee can be down or up. Raise your hands up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, Kali Mudra. This time, point your fingertips back behind you. Start to reach up through the chest if it feels okay. Don't go too far, just stay within the realm of comfort. You can always look up or lean back. Just keep reaching long through the spine. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step to plank or half plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down slowly. Cobra or Sphinx or up dog if you like. Exhale, release. Child's pose or downward dog. If you're in child's pose, make your way to downward facing dog. If you like the challenge, raise your left leg up behind you, stay strong in your right leg. Bend your left knee, heel toward the bum. Open your knee to the side, reach the knee to the sky and look under your left arm. Keep your head relaxed. One more deep breath. Square off your hips, step your left foot through to your hands. Knee can be down or up. Inhale, raise your hands, Kali Mudra. Start coming into crescent moon. Point the fingertips back behind you. Reach up through the chest. You can look up. You can lean back. Just keep reaching long through the spine. One more deep breath. Exhale, release your hands. Step to forward fold. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Back is parallel with the floor. Exhale, release. You can roll up or reverse swan dive to stand. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Take some nice deep breaths. And when you feel ready, settle into mountain pose. Find your center. Focus your attention either on your belly, your solar plexus, your heart, or the space between your eyes. Wherever your attention easily lands is usually the right spot. And be here now. Be in the present moment. Shine the light of awareness on yourself, on just being here now. Be here now. Be here now. Slowly open your eyes. We're going to move into a balance pose. So if you feel a little unsteady today, make sure that you have a wall or a piece of furniture to hold on to. Bring all your weight into your right leg. Take your left toes out in front and start to pick up the knee. Now, if this is enough of a balance here for you, you can come into prayer and just stay or bring your hands out to the sides. If it looks like you can reach, you can grab on under the knee, or you can even grab in front of the knee. Options for going a little bit deeper. You can just grab the knee and take it out to the side, or you can grab the big toe. Try straightening out the leg and take the leg out to the side. This may be one of those things where you want to pause the video. One more deep breath wherever you are. Take your time, and then slowly come back to center wherever you are, and mindfully come out of the pose. Rotate out the standing foot or ankle. You can point or flex the toes, or just give the leg a little shake. And then come back to mountain pose. And take a nice deep cleansing breath. Let go of that first side. Lean your weight into your left foot. Bring your right toes out in front. Start to pick up the knee. Try looking at a spot on the floor or the wall that's not going to move around. Bringing the knee up. You can grab the knee or even the pants, or you can even use a strap or a scarf to grab on. Nice and strong in your standing leg again. You can grab onto the knee. You could take the knee out to the side just like this. Or you can grab onto the big toe and you can straighten out the leg and start taking the leg out to the side. Don't forget to smile. And then gently coming out of the pose when you feel ready. You can rotate out the standing ankle or foot, or you can point or flex the toes. Perhaps give your legs a little bit of a shake or a jiggle. You can shake your whole body if you want. You can shake your hands. Bring your hands up over your head, shaking your hands. Bring them back by your sides and down. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale out the mouth, let them drop. 2 more. Step up to the top side of your mat. Inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Prayer, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, lower the knee. Left foot back, lower the knee. Walk your hands or slide your hands back toward your knees. You can take your feet out from underneath you. Straighten your legs out in front. Give your legs a bit of a shake. You can point and flex your toes a few times. And at this time, you may wish to put on some socks or a sweater. You can grab onto a blanket. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. Make sure that we can see me down here on the floor. There we go. And then once you feel ready, you can gently make your way onto your back. 3 ways to come down. Knees bent, feet flat, come down with helping hands. Knees bent, feet flat, reverse sit up. Or you can simply grab onto the backs of your knees and rock and roll on your spine a few times. Whatever you do, just make your way onto your back. When you get there, separate your feet as wide as your mat, hands on the belly. Gently lower your knees, right and left a few times. Taking deep breaths as you move. Gently bring your knees back to center. Pull your knees into your chest, one hand on each knee, and roll from side to side a few times. And then make circles on the ceiling with your knees. And a few circles in the other direction. Bring your knees back to center and just give them a little squeeze into your chest. You're more than welcome to lift your head up to your knees if you'd like. And then lower your head to the floor. Lower your left foot to the floor. And press your right foot up to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg. Pointed, flex your toes a few times. Rotate your ankle. And a few times in the other direction. Flex your foot, press up through the heel, squeeze your leg. And then bend your knee into your chest. Grab onto the knee with your right hand and start to draw the knee to the right hand side. You can try moving the knee closer to your armpit and then pushing it away from your armpit back and forth a few times, just sort of moving the leg around in the joint socket. Close your eyes and just move intuitively, however it feels good for you. Bring your knee back to center, interlace your fingers around the knee and squeeze it in. Try to relax your leg into your hands. Just use your arms to gently compress. Again, we are not looking for pain. If you found pain, you went a bit too far back up. See if you can use your breath to go deeper into the pose. Breathe into your belly. One more deep breath. And then gently release your foot to the floor. Draw your left knee into your chest. Press your foot up to the sky, hold the back of your leg, and point and flex your toes a few times. Rotate your ankle. And a few times in the other direction. And then draw your knee into your chest. Take the knee into your left hand and start to gently draw the knee to the left. And once again, just close your eyes and start moving the leg around in the hip socket a little bit. Just seeing what feels best. Explore. And then bring your knee back into the center. Interlace your fingers around the knee. Relax your leg. Pull your knee towards your chest. You may need to bring it out to the side a little bit. That's okay. Again, close your eyes and move with your intuition. Take one more deep breath. And gently lower your foot to the floor. From here, you can take any final movements that you feel you need to take before we move into Shavasana. Make sure that you'll be warm enough. Make sure that you'll be comfortable. Lie down on your back. Make sure to bring some support in under the knees if you feel you need that. And just allow your body to completely relax. Systematically relax your body from your feet, your knees, to your hips. Scanning through and seeing where you can relax even more through your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Soften and relax your shoulders, elbows, and hands. Melt through your heart, your throat,
and relax all the muscles in your face. Be here now. back to the room. And just notice the space immediately surrounding your own body, your personal space. See if you can imagine being surrounded by a warm golden light like the sun. And when you feel ready, you can slowly begin to wake up your physical body. You can either wiggle your fingers or your toes, or you can begin to take a few nice deep breaths. Perhaps raise your arms over your head on the floor and stretch from your fingers to your toes. Move and stretch in any way that you need to. And then roll over onto one side, coming into the fetal position. And just pause here. Take a nice deep breath. And then I invite you to join me in a seated position to close our class together. Remember that yoga was originally created so that we would have the ability to meditate. So if when this video's over, you're in that zone, sit for longer. We'll finish this class by taking 2 deep cleansing breaths and 1 long Om. We'll do the Oms with the 3 syllables A, O, M. Doing this for as long as you can, trying to keep those 3 syllables of equal parts, equal lengths, excuse me. Exhale to start. Inhale. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me.